Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, and we're here and well, working on making sure that we got the process for stacking iron farms down. Now, this is a brand new. No, you're looking at me. Yeah, this is a brand new world, and I rebuilt the iron farms. I've spent hours testing the stacking method. And we've got and this new stacking method that I use actually works out so well because now we're going to try to see if we can get 8 villagers in here at least tonight. So, and the better off I have these stacking method, the better off I have the stacking method, the better it is. Yeah, I know I could probably use the flying machine to clean this up, but I don't want. I'll just do this because it's so much easier. There. Okay, so. Oof. So, I don't have a collection system set up. I just got all my iron just flinging off into the ground to despawn. But let's just put them all into their beds. Now, a few changes is one, I'm using a trapdoor now instead of a fence gate. Whoa. Why? Oh, what's going on? Why? Oh. There we go. Okay. One block messes this entire thing up. A single block. So that just means we got to go and rebuild. So you go and let me grab the stuff again. Okay, so we've got you there. In fact, actually, let's move you there. You there. And now, so I don't forget it. There's a place there, there. And now we've got you guys the wall, which is very important because I did it once without it, and it caused me so many issues. And if they don't link to that right away, that's fine. Okay, let me grab you. And slime block. Oh, sticky piston, regular piston, regular piston. Okay, we're good to go. Take two. Place it there. Tap, tap. Ooh. Uh, well, looks like the just standing there is not going to work anymore. Might have to might have to put ourselves in a boat for it to work. But So let's. Oh, okay. Yep. Being in a boat helps. So that's. Oh yeah. I forgot. I gotta hit it beforehand. So, and then hit it. Link. All right, there we go. This is This is nice. I don't have to do much. The epitome of laziness. Move your hand couple a couple of centimeters just to be able to make it work. Oh. Okay, so let's just double check this. Now we're in survival. And let me clear my inventory. Oh. Yes. Come on. You got a link. And yeah, I'm actually, and right now I actually have I have an add-on, which is something designed by Rufus Atticus. It's like a okay, that is a nasty bug right there. You know, I was okay. Yeah. Sit in a boat and then all of a sudden just fly up, take damage. So yeah, this so far, this actually does work out pretty well. So we've got a nice setup, processing, and you can't be too much in a hurry. But this design, I designed it so that you can be in a slight hurry when it comes to processing them. As soon as they link, you place your bed and then hit it again. And I'm only doing it with 3 beds. So that right there is nice. Okay, so we've got this going on. This is running out. This is running smoothly. Oh, let me check. Let me see something. Um, let's put this on. Organization. Details. Oh, that's why. Duh. Okay, so I made some changes. Now, hopefully that will work out the way it should. Alright, do we got anybody out there? Pretty sure some of you guys are like, oh, I can't type, I can't type. Well, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. It's really hot. It's 10:30 at night, and we're sitting at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's just say it's hot. Of course, it's more muggy than anything else right now, so it's even worse. Okay, so we've got go. Ah, haha. Ah, yikes. Oh, yeah. I've got, okay. All right. Give me a sec, because this thing's not, I gotta make some, I gotta do some, quick, there we go. Okay. There we go. Now we're just rolling along with this thing. I don't think anybody else can have. I don't think anybody has to do it like this. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't do this when your brain's not functioning properly. I think I screwed up. Yep, they're not linked. Okay, so I can tell you right now that these aren't linked. But I can get them, I can just... Okay. So, hey Jack. Okay. Let's just pull these guys all the way back. Because I screwed up. Right there. I was thinking about why YouTube Kids should not exist. And here's, yeah, I forgot that I did inadvertently set it for, yeah. Yeah, since it's made for kids, I'm trying to stream. And then it just dawned on me. YouTube Kids is nice with certain aspects. But some of those aspects makes it harder for some of us to do because we end up forgetting things. I will say that right always. Because I forgot that, oh yes, this is for kids. No, it's not. But hey. And it's all blocked. And other than replacing these so that I have access to them, there we go. All right, reminds me of a time when my pet made an adult themed video and it was put on. Oh, yeah. That's, because technically what I do is family friendly. Doesn't mean that parents won't want their kids to watch it, but so that everybody can watch it without having any problems, and there's the interaction. It's so much easier if I just say it's not designed for kids, but kids can watch it. I think that right there, yeah, I think that should be a classification. Okay, let's try this again. And you there. I think I might have to set it up where I'm running a couple of extra villagers in this thing to be able to link. Have an extra villager in here just so that I'm always having one constantly staying linked. Let's do that. Okay, and that guy's setup is actually quite easy. You go here. And just because, and this time where creators were making corn on because they have. Oh man. Okay. So now we got 3 on here. Let's bounce up, land, go into survival. Let's clear the inventory. I said corn for your. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, I. Let's just say instead of corn, adult explicit material. Man. Oh. Well, I would and I do appreciate that, Jack. I do appreciate that. But the thing is, also, if I have to, I can. You can type it in like that, and I could remove it and everything because I'm monitoring it as we speak. And saying adult explicit material doesn't just mean the. Yeah, it doesn't just mean that. I could also be talking about a bar fight. Because technically, a bar fight is adult explicit material because only people that should be in a bar are adults. Sports bars are something different, but but actual bars, those are adult only type establishments. So, adult entertainment. All sorts of little things like that. Oh, right. This is going good. Okay. Where did that bed go? And bounce up. Ouch. Okay, I should not have. Okay, yeah. One of the ideas I tried, it worked for a couple of them, but not well enough for me to say it's worth it. Is actually bringing an entire village in. Did we lose our? No, that explains it. That explains why we didn't have him. Okay, so let's reassign another guy. Because this because being able to have a few of them getting pulled would be so worth it. Well, let's see here. This reminds me of Mono Crisis. And parents themselves or Mono become at night. uh, oh, yeah, I completely agree. There's just some people that they don't. They're just they just make people that actually do good things not want to do those things anymore. Uh, oh yeah, no, and I do get that. So that's why I'm not doing anything. And again, I do appreciate the self censorship because it does help out with some things. Okay, now we got an extra guy. Let's clear my inventory. Hop in the bed, bounce all the way up, land. Now go back into survival and let's try it again. Come on. Don't tell me we lost that guy again. Yep. uh, what? You don't want to play? There. I'll put a boat there. And up and down. All right. Yeah, because slowly shifting it up, and that'll have, if you happen to forget one, if you happen to not be paying enough attention while doing it, with three of them and three beds, you're not even worried about, oh, trust me, mental health is probably one of the biggest problems people have. And trying to get solutions for it is not going to be easy because let's just say the ones that need it the most either can't get it or don't know they need it. Or, in fact, actually, the last option, because there's three of them, they tried to get help and there was none. There was no help. So, and what help they did get wasn't the right type of help. So it just, and then, so they have to go out on it on their own, figuring things out. I should know that's what's happened to me. Oh, oh man, oh. No, I didn't. Honestly, I'll say this right now. I avoid the news. Any type of news whatsoever. Because I can't stand what's going on psychologically. And that's more of because sometimes they bring something up that I don't want to hear about. If I but watching YouTube stuff, I can actually pick and choose. Uh, oh, oh. People think that just people with epilepsy, if a lot of flashing sounds causes triggers it, yes. But oh, but what happens is it's their brain going when they their brain is just hyper. It just it's you take someone on ADHD, multiply it by 20. That's pretty much what epilepsy is. Their brain over shoots electrical impulses in pretty much, and it causes their body to affect them. So a lot of them are going. So some people with epilepsy with that, and they actually have an attack. They're going to one potentially fall, hit their head on something, and die because of it. Their brain becomes so overloaded that their body just shuts down and end up saying, "Nope, we're done." Come on. Uh, oh, yeah. Well, ADHD, combine that with PTSD. That's fun. Especially around fireworks. That right there drives me nuts. 4th of July, New Year's Eve. You'll never actually see me streaming on those days. But even if I do something, there's something in my ears blocking out the sounds. Too many stupid people with fireworks. Come on. Yeah, we still got him. Oh, but he's moved. Okay, well, let's move him back. People who died. Yeah, that's the stress. Like I said, the stress. Their body, their brain went under. It was the leading cause, but it was not. But it could have been cardiac arrest overall. Okay, so let's try to get this one in. Oh, well, I'm not. I can be sitting down doing anything. Fireworks, gunshots, a vehicle backfiring. In fact, even loud bass has a chance of causing me to not want to do anything except for curl up into a ball and hide away from the world, which I do anyways without curling up into the ball. Uh-huh. I'm the only one in my family. I got the ADHD. Oh, so you got both? Oh, that. Oh, man. Well, you got ADD plus. And if you can't make a bad joke about anything, there's no point in it. Okay. Now, now we got these guys. Now I'm going to stay out the boat, just speed this up a bit. Here go the boat. Who's taking my bed? Who's taking it back? I can fire guns and highest caliber our shell was 30 cal. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to think. Because I'm ex-military, so there's that alone. Also, combat vet, so there's that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Largest I fired was 45 ACP. I have some family history. Okay. If you feel like sharing, share it. All I have to say is this is a place that doesn't. I'm one of those few people that, for a lack of a better term, don't care if I will be sympathetic. I love information. I don't judge anybody because it's your life. You can ruin it however you want. So, yeah. That right there is. That's one viewpoint that I follow. It works out well for some people, and yet some people don't understand what I mean by it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we almost got one in. Almost got another villager in. No, the village, I mean. Okay, so now let's take and place a bed right where we need to. And see if we can get these guys in here. All right. Okay, so we've got him in. And now, let's get, let's move you up. My great-grandfather actually fought in World War II. He was in landing and survived the difference for him. Actually, Luger is still working. Oh, man, I bet that looks nice. All I have to say is, even if I can handle gunfire if I know where it's at. It's the, oh, I know what's going on here. Well, let's solve this problem by not killing you, but dragging you in. Oh, if you take care of, I will have to say this. It doesn't matter what the item is. If you take care of it, it will last almost forever. Okay, so we're at night, so where are you guys going to go? Whose bed is that? Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, these guys are. It took too long. Okay. All right. All right. Now, if you guys haven't seen this, okay. Oh, Jack, all I have to say is it does. When I take care of that thing, it will last for a long time. Function. Let's now this add-on was designed by Rufus Atticus. So what this does, because normally when I use, it doesn't work for multi-village iron farms, at least when it comes to accurate numbers. But what it does show is number of golems that spawn in, how long it's been, and rough time that it's taken the golems to spawn to die. Which, if this is a single cell, you can actually figure out how many theoretical ingots per hour you get. And oh man, that's impressive. But yeah, but single cells, you could tell how many iron you get per hour, theoretically, using strictly math and actual testing. This farm, each individual cell produces approximately 391 ingots per hour. I did the math on it with the single cell. So that's how I know. But I need to get away from everything right now and cool off. Yeah, I am. Whew. It's 90 degrees outside and it's humid. Let's just say my hair looks like I just got out of the shower. That's how humid it is. But every every emerald block is where a golem has spawned. This is just 5. And see how fast we're getting them. So I'll be back in a moment. Enjoy. He was killed having a barn door landing on. Oh, ouch, that hurts. Alright, but I'll be right back. when you step outside just to get some, just to cool off. Yep. Okay. Function. Reset. So we're getting a, so these, those 5 ones are still working. I had to make sure. I like to have these here because at one, they produce light for the villagers whenever, if you're playing it in a harder difficulty than peaceful. And 2, it makes it look good. So, all right. 40 degrees. It's too cold for me. I like my heat, but I don't like the humidity, which is what I have to deal with right now. Because right now we're in our monsoon season, so that just means a lot of hot temperature. A lot of temperature, high temperatures with humidity. That's the bad thing about living in the desert. Villager. And then bed. A wall. And slabs. Okay, so we got everything we need. Let's adjust my field of view again because it makes it really hard to play with anything above 60 for me. Anything away above were natural. Okay, so I'll build it again. Don't forget that slime block, because that slime block is very important. How many overrun you get? Well, let's just say I've been to Oregon. In fact, I've been to 40 of the 50 states. So, and I still like my desert. And that's because I like the dry heat. I don't like the humid. I don't like humid. Too much. Okay, boom. And let's set that there, that there. And let's actually, okay, time count blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so I'll put 2 villagers in there. That might actually help out a lot. Give them bed and night. Let's go midnight. Okay, so we'll try this one again. We've got enough to make sure that they cycle through and link, which If you ask me, I think that might be the best way to do it. Versus, because when I had the whole line, it made it a lot easier, but getting them in was the trick. So I think 4 might be our magic number. Because you have that extra one that you can use. And with the block here, if you aim at the side of it when placing the bed, it'll place the bed down. And there is no risk of you clicking on the bed and jumping in it. Or even if it happened to be one of those ones down there, it gives you a place that is protected, which I think that's caused so many more issues because when people are doing it, they de-link. Because if you place it, if you click in the bed while there's only one available, then they're not going to link properly. And if they don't link properly, that's just going to cause too many issues. As you see, we're just moving them along. And they're swapping out. Whoever, they're linked to beds. 2 of them at a time, guaranteed. And they just want to link to the beds faster because they're competing. In fact, actually, it becomes their time. It becomes their chance versus checking. I think the checks actually happen a little faster too, because of just the sheer amount of space the beds too. And next step, oh, let's see here. All right, even more. So it's true that people in the military that I'm not going to 45. Actually, the okay. Oh, well, the thing is with the military using, it is cheaper to produce 9mm rounds than it is 45. But 45 has a lot more stopping power. It's a bigger, heavier round. And because it's bigger and heavier, it travels slower. So if you get hit with a 45, you are going to feel it. You are going down, and if you don't go down on a 45 after one, if they don't go down after one round of a 45, they're on something that's causing them not to go down. Come on. And so we've got, you guys need to link the beds. There we go. Now, the more villages you have in an area, the more they're going to, longer it's going to take because they're going to be checking. So having them this compact the way I have it has a tendency to not want them to link as fast. So that's why they had them spread out more. But I'm crazy. So, and I like my things compact. You guys, quit looking at me. I'm just moving you guys along. You guys are going to be working. You guys are going to sleep. You guys are going to have fun. You guys are going to call friends. And I'm going to use those friends to say bye-bye to everything else. How does that sound? If you don't like it, that's your problem. Yeah, I could take some time, and if I accidentally hit it twice, I'm not as much of risk of merging a village because of it, because of the village section range. But okay, no, took it. Okay, one took it, so now would actually be a decent time to throw a workstation in. Because I've noticed, oh, I have noticed that you can use a workstation here to be able to process, but they will link with the beds faster. Oh, we got okay. Come on. Who's gonna get the bed? Bed taken. Okay, next. Who's gonna take the bed? Who's gonna take the bed? You? Who's bed? All right. And as you see, I haven't clicked on a bed and hopped in it and ruined the entire thing. That block is a lifesaver. Okay, I think this one we might actually do this one. I think this one we might actually have, if I don't screw it up. A proper, another one, one that's actually linked again. So, all right, linked. Yep. We're constantly swapping them out. That is getting really good. These two are fighting for the workstation. Nice thing is we don't have to fight for picking up the beds if we throw a we make it where we can move with it, pick up the beds. But because I'm a creative, it don't matter. But our 22 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP, 7.62 by. Okay. You're missing quite a few. Because you're also forgetting 50 BMG. Uh, in fact, 35. I'm trying to even remembering what it is. 223, which I think is a 7.62 NATO. But oh, trust me, I haven't even memorized all of them. And if I wanted to, I probably would be able to memorize every single type of major round out there. Oh, trust me, I'm impressed that you got a lot of those out. Because, like I said, if I wanted to, and it really interested me, then yeah, I would have them completely memorized. So me saying I'm impressed about that is say, yep, it's a good job. There is you don't need me to cut you any slack because it's better than what I can deal with, what I dealt with. But yeah, I just numbers. That is exactly what it is. That's the one thing that some people don't realize is some people do so much better with numbers than other things. I feel great with numbers. Look at his head. Look at their heads. Okay, so we're almost in line with where we need them to be. Let's move these up. Let's move it one more forward. And now, let's put the bed in. Oh. And break this bed. Break that bed. And place. Break. Okay, I think we got it. Guess it was load pipe bed, but oh, trust me, I know that. I know how those are because a 50 BMG is a 50 caliber round, typically used for rifles. So it's one of those, yeah, you can And bigger is not always better. Because okay, and all right. Now, for the ease of this, and I will always advocate for this just because I understand it. Numbers wise, every villager is useful. Okay, so let's see here. We got. Huh. You guys can become Fletchers. Okay, so let's get these guys in, set it today, and we'll take a look. Okay. Okay. Time, set, day. Actually, let's set it to noon. Okay. I want to join the military, but I unfortunately can't because. Oh, well, the thing is, I joined with ADHD, but it's undiagnosed, so there's that. Okay. Function. Start. Now we're looking for all. Okay, we got one in this one. We got one in that one. I love this Fig program because it tells me where the golems are, where they spawn at, so I don't have where they spawned in at, because then I don't have to guess, and I can say, okay, so we got them in these villages here. Okay, so we only got two. Takes them a bit to warm up, but of course, if I was on a higher simulation distance, it might help out a lot more. See, we got two of them spawning in at. Okay, so we got 3 villages, 4 villages, so we just got 2 more villages to look at. Oh, someone shooting it. Oh. Yeah. Well, thing is, you got to remember, there is, anytime someone's talking about the military, 95% of the time, they're talking about the Army or the Marines, and they put them both together. Which, for someone like me, drives is absolutely insane because they don't understand the differences. Oh, we got them all. We got it all. Okay. So, we've got at least one in here. Got one in there. One in there. One in there. One in there. Boom. Do I have any in the... Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. Alright, reset so that they all become iron blocks. Okay, so next step is we're going to get another set of 9, another set into this one. Oh, will you? Oh, yeah, because thing is, oh, don't with the yeah, because everybody thinks army is okay. Simple rule. Just remember the 6 forces. Unless you're talking about things like gravity, there's 4. And military, there is only five. There's only four branches, but five divisions. In fact, technically, there are really only three. And I can name them all because uh, you have the Department of the Air Force, Department of the Army, Department of the Navy. That's all DoD. Then, then you have then you have the Marines, which is the Department of the Navy, and the Marines will always have a nice response of like, yeah, but you're a Department of the Navy. Their response is the Men's Department and Department of Homeland Security, which is Coast Guard. And Space Force, I have no idea specifically. I haven't done any research or anything dealing with Space Force. So your guess, so any information I have, it might be incorrect. And I will say that right away. Okay, so it took us almost an hour and a half with three tries to get one in, and that was because I screwed up. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Solid block. But yeah. But then you also have the special. Then you have the units inside of the branches, and each one is unique. Each one is unique because I tell people I was in the Navy. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what question I get from that. Finding out I was in the Navy. Any guesses? Man. Ugh. Ugh. Uh-huh. Oh, all right, Jack. Have a pleasant evening, man. Pleasant. Thank you for dropping in. I'll probably get another village stacked in here. So yeah. Okay. So we got. No. They typically they ask me when they find out I was in the Navy what ship I was on. So yeah, I probably have as much ship time as a typical guy in the Air Force. My ship time is 0. But yeah, okay, so now we've got to get these 4 villagers. Hopefully I could get all 4. Get all 4 of these in so that we can get more. All I have to say, Jack, is look up Seabees. Seabee. And then you'll understand why. So, yeah. Okay, so now, let's see here. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. We have a spare villager that can that we could use for competition for the other ones. We have 3 beds going down that are constantly getting linked to one another. We're shifting the center of the village by 2 blocks. Really not doing much stretching. Ah. Oof. And if I happen to forget, I can actually utilize the 3, which will allow people more time to not worry about them them forgetting that, oh, did this link or not? Well, you have a chance, a far better chance of them linking, and that's the other reason why. Oh man, because doing it at night, you have a chance of clicking on the bed. I don't like that. Okay. So, got this going. Oh, yeah. This is the way to do it. So, I know exactly, as soon as I get all 16 of these stacked, I'll be putting out the Iron Farm video for this on the builds, the rates, and everything. So that, and confirming that overall, if you have the math set up for it, that you can actually figure out the theoretical numbers utilizing the fig. But there's also other ways of doing it if you don't want to use it. If you don't want to use the numbers and you need and trust me, spreadsheet is your friend for this. And I have it. So if anybody's using the fig and want it should hit me a message in Discord, and no problem, and I could send you a copy of it for you for later use. So, come on. I think we're getting to the point where we're going to need to come on. Let's see here. I think you guys will be fighting over the composter. Haha. Well, that might help stop some aspects. But not what I'm looking for. I hope right here, but not. Did I just glitch out of that? Okay, I'm securely in here. Yeah, I glitched out. Okay, so that bug's back. We can't. Boats are the best way to move around. Okay. Now all I have to do is figure out an alignment for some things, and then I can re-upload, so I can have some uploads. Okay. So I can make sure some videos are fixed. Okay, I know exactly how to fix it. I think I know how to fix that. Okay, yeah, here we go. Come on. Look at that. We almost have another one in. Ah, come on. What is that? Come on. You know you want the beds. There we go. More beds. Come on. Okay, so we've got these guys bouncing back and forth with the beds, which is perfect, which is fine. We can deal with that. Because even if these work, even though that these come on. Okay, hit this twice. All right, definitely making progress. Yeah. Okay. And another one coming. Okay, we got to move them a little bit further. Uh, about 20 or so more blocks, and then we have another one in. Another village in, and we can verify that. And we're getting up to where where I have made so many mistakes in putting them in. So let's get these guys in. Whew. Come on. Who wants the bed? Raise your hand if you want the bed. Who wants it? Okay, we got a volunteer for the bed. Okay, now who wants this bed? I know two of you don't have a bed, so who wants the bed? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta talk with them just to make them seem like, just so that they understand what's going on. Come on, who wants it? Who wants it? There we go. Yep, now we're getting really close. In fact, I could probably extend this out. Oh, cool. Yep, we're pretty much right there. We just want to make sure that we get them all far in as possible. In fact, actually, after this, okay, so we got one there. Put that there. Okay, so who's going to get the beds? Okay, so we got the Sooner Village bed made, and now break it, and then place another one in. Who's going to take that one? Okay. Did it twice. Put another bed in. Who's going to take that one? All right, and last bed. Okay, so now you guys should go and hit your beds. That went smoother right there. Okay, so now they don't have a workstation. So now let's set up for their workstations. And we've got 7 villages in this area. Okay, so we're going to make these guys all farmers. And yes, you can do this from the inside if you want, but oh, here, I'm flying, so it don't matter. Okay, so now we got that. Let's put the beds down. We got all 4 in, and the only thing is, I did not lose one. Yay! Let's get a woot. Okay, yeah. So we've got 4 guys in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I like making sure that these first set at least get to their beds before I start working on another one. Oh. And one more. There we go. Okay, so now we've got that set. Time set noon. Function start. So now I've got all but that corner set to spawn in. So we've got 2 golems that spawned in already. So let's take a look easily so that we don't have to spend hours rotating. Okay, so we got one in the new one, one in number, or the one that we did before that. So we've got 2 in the top right. We just need the 3 other ones. And after that, then we've got another village stacked. And the more villages we get stacked in there, the better. Okay, it's showing me that those are villages because I see cats. But I'm not seeing golems. I need golems to spawn in those 3 areas. Because then that'll tell me if we've got them in, if we merge them. It doesn't look like it. But who knows? Alright, come on. Okay, so now we got another one in the right spot. We're just missing 2 in the middle, and then we're good to go. We got 1. We need 1 more area. And if that one's good, we can reset. And we can work on another. But I just want to make sure that they spawn in at least. Because they can spawn in all the way over there. Well, they got a good amount of spaces that they can spawn in at. And we're just missing 1 little area. And, oh, we got it. All of them spawned in. Okay, so this short period of time, while that golem dies, we 5, 3, 6, 4. We ended up having 21 golems spawn in. So that's pretty good. Reset. Next is see if we can get village number. Oh, that's too much for me. Video. That's better. I just like to have. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You guys can get wet. You're fishermen. Okay, so now we've got 7 villages in here. And they're all producing. And all of it actually does end up coming through. Because I did make sure that this was set up just so that I'm able to process it all. But now we got the last one to do for this, and then I can probably spend the next few days stacking the last 8 so that we have a proper concept of how to do this. I'm pretty sure that I have the idea down on proper stacking method and explaining it to people so that they hopefully they understand. But what can I say? Sometimes, yeah, and this is just knowing how some people are. You can't explain anything to them, and it's almost like pulling teeth. Okay, so now we need regular pistons there and there. 1, 2. Solid block. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try something just because it clicked and then I glitched out. So I normally wouldn't do this, but because I want to try it out and see if this glitches them or if they stay. Because if they stay, that's even better. But yeah, so that. Okay, so these two are the actual important ones. Those ones are there for safety reasons. Okay, now I've got those guys in there. Hey, let's just hope that this works. Nope. It does not work. That right there is ridiculous. Things glitching out of blocks as they get pushed by pistons. That's not good. Okay. Yep. Either these two or those two will have all the beds. And it doesn't matter which set has them. Because we are utilizing the data. So let's pick a workstation before we get in there. I've used you. Let's make you guys cartographers. Okay, yeah. Midnight, doing this at night does make it a little easier when figuring out if you have enough villagers. And yes, you can breed them in there, but you have to be cautious because you don't want to just throw them a bunch of food. You have to understand the breeding mechanics to be able to make use of it, because you want only a set amount. You don't want to overexert, because if you overexert them, you're going to cause too many issues with them, and you might actually break your own farm because a village age bed gets delinked and they decide, oh, we've got space in this village now. Let's steal this bed. So, if you're going to be doing breeding inside, make sure you give them just enough food to produce exactly how many you want. And if you happen to get a nitwit, use them for something else. In fact, you can actually use 10%. No, you could use. This thing is with the way that iron farms are required. you can actually have for a 20 20 villager iron farm, you could actually have up to 5 nitwits in the farm. 25% of the farm can be nitwits. It's not. So, when someone says no nitwits, they are misinforming you. It is better to have no nitwits. Unless you're looking for specific space restrictions and things like that, where you only have a certain number of workstations available, and let's just say you have a 20 villager iron farm, but you only have space for 18 workstations. Put 2 nitwits in there. That leaves you with 5 villagers. That leaves you with 3 villagers that that don't have to work to be able to produce an iron golem. But you want to have as much percentage up that way as possible. Oh, I forgot to clear this out. And that's the advantage to this system versus some of the other ones. A lot of this I could send a machine in here and just completely clear it out. Not a problem. So that's what we're using. Okay, so let's see here. And we've got another one out. All right, that one linked. Yeah, this is probably the best stacking method in the game for villages. We're going to be utilizing this. And I will explain the entire details. I'll probably spend the next few days, like I said, spend the next few days getting the other half. And I will be doing, and after, I'll have to do the single village, because if you don't understand how to build a basic iron farm, there is no point in stacking them. You have to learn how to build the iron farm itself. And then you can decide, is it worth stacking based around certain factors? And I will happily explain those factors. And one of them is rates. Because you want to get as much iron for as little work as possible. And honestly, I will say three of them come to my mind. First one is obviously this one, because this one is a beast when it comes to iron farm production. Even the single cell is a beast. Then you have Rufus Atticus, the guy that created the fig. The Finding Iron Golems add-on. That right there is absolutely gorgeous. Great, and the fig is great for figuring out the spawning of certain things. But yeah, his last one's pretty good too, around the same rates as mine. And then and old guys, because he's one of the better ones anyways, because he does understand it. Now, when it comes to stacking mechanics, using the standard, oh, place the bed, let the villager wander to the place. That right there was old the first time I saw it. I will not be doing that ever. Then you have the old guy method, which is using boats to move them, but it's only one at a time. And that right there can cause a little bit of a time consumption when putting together the iron farm. Because you have to wait, you have to move them with the beds, move the beds, get too much time consumption, if you ask me. Then you have Jay Watson's method, which is a massive improvement over all of them, which is using rails in general. Now, the way he did it was he initially had a straight line of rails and had ones or two. I had some of them set to be powered and then unpowered. And he powered them when he wanted to use them, and then unpowered them when you were done, but pushing them and stop them at certain points. That was far more efficient, except it was slow when it came to some aspects of it, but the entire process sped up dramatically. Then I come along, I take Jay Watson's idea with his rail stacking method. I remember a old Java video I watched and understood how to do it instantly. And then understood how to apply it to other things too, because I still use it today and it works perfectly. Il Mango's Congo line. Pretty much, Il Mango used it for... Oh, most people use the Congo line for renaming things in the Nether. It's usually in the Nether. But still, they use it. Then, I decided, you know what? I want to be able to have a better, easier method of stacking villages. I want something simple to take down. Something I don't have to spend 3 years breaking apart, because that's how much work I had to do just putting it together. Yes, I know the 3 years is an exaggeration. But it's one of those few things that's, yeah, it makes sense. But, yeah, it's setting it up. Set up and tear down, because once you get this set up, you don't want to have all of your scaffolding, all your rail blocks there. You want something quick and easy to tear down. And yes, you can use jack-o'-lanterns like I do. I'm using. Moss will work too. Pumpkins. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pumpkins, all 3 types, melons, moss. Because those break, because I send a flying machine in and break them. And that sets it up. So we don't have to worry about it. Oh man, it's so hot. Okay, so we've got even, all right, now. Okay, all right, here we go, more. This is the proper stacking method. This. And it's going to get harder as we get more and more in. I'm going to have to get Watson in here and see if we can tag team this, possibly. Because if we could tag team this, we might be able to really ramp up building an iron farm, a mega iron farm. In fact, I probably have to come up with a name for it too. But yeah, because I'm wondering, because typically you can't bring in more than one village. It's usually one per. It's harder to bring in more than one village. And the best way to do it is to coordinate and do opposite corners. In fact, actually, I might actually have to talk to Watson about this and try it out. Because if we can stack 2 villages at a time, even in creative, because if we can do it in creative, we can do it in survival. The only difference is setting up certain things. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, so we have that set up. Let's get us a platform, and let's let them be able to walk in. Come on. Did we got someone linking to the bed? Give me the bed. Oh, we had someone. Link to the bed. There we go. All right. And we're getting close to where I want to. Okay. All right. So now we're going to place a bed here. We should have one guy that will link to it at least. Okay, so let's see here. If I break that, all right. So we know that's it. Break that. All right. So let's set it up so that he can go there. And let's move him forward. Let's give this guy his bed. And another bed there. And there's your guys' beds. Okay, so now we got, I think we got it. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Okay, so this puts up to 8 villages. Let's barricade them in before I put in the cartography tables. And then we've got us, hopefully, another village in here. Because if that's the case, Then that puts us to 8, halfway to my single level goal. But I'm going to try to increase it more. Okay. So, bed, bed. And okay, 1, 2. All right. I know you guys can't be useful, but it's not not conclusive to have you in here, especially since I can do a lot more control than anything else. Okay. So get in your bed. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Time set noon. Okay, so these guys are going to work first. Okay, so with these guys working, now function start. See, we already got a golem in. 2, 3. We got okay, so we're missing. Okay, so it's just this half we're missing. Because we got a golem in every single... Wait, here. Okay. So we just need to make sure we get one here. Oh. And we got one in the new one. Perfect. Got one in. Missing the second one. And then missing our corners. That's it. Got one in the corner. One of the corners. And... all we're missing is this one. How many village do you want to stack? Oh, with this one, it's going to be 16. But it's because I'm getting roasted in here right now. If you take a look at how my hair is, I've sweated enough to say it looks like I just got out of the shower. Outside, it's 90 degrees. And it's high humidity at the current moment. Hey, we got... yeah, all right. That's perfect. We got 17 golems, one from at least every section. That's perfect. Okay, so let's put in our jack-o'-lanterns back because I don't want to deal with those. But in fact, I plan on having a total of 144 stacked villages in an area. Oh, 40 stack. Well, yeah, that's a unique style. An iron farm is also a unique style, but you can fit a lot more in with the iron farm. It's functionality versus it's functionality versus two different functions. So one of them, you're able to get the 44. The other one, you're able to get 40. Max. Then you have this other function where you're able to have 700 if you feel like it. And yes, it is entirely possible to get 700 if done right and playing on the right simulation distance. But it's a lot more work. And your PC, and you have to have a PC that's capable of handling it, or a system that's capable of handling it. Because if you don't, yeah, it's not going to work out for you too well. Okay, but now we've got all of this. And I'm just setting up my basic markers. Because we're moving them in via quadrants. Yeah, I know that's a little too far, but it works. Okay, so blocks 3. One, two, three. So we've got okay. There's no problem with villager hanging around. Talking about water and flood preventing. I know their workstation or beds. Well, I found that, and this is just a personal thing from what I saw, that having them like this, they're not going to delink from their beds. They'll delink from the workstations and switch out, but that's fine. That's not as big of a deal. Because as long as they don't delink from their beds and another villager takes over that bed, there is less chance for them to lose for villages to merge. And that's why I'm doing that method. I'm doing a free ranged method versus a keep them in containment. And that is the only reason. Hey Moose, how's it going, man? All right. So that's mine. Okay, that's what the whole premise behind why I do it is keeping the village secure. Oh, wrong side. And yes, I know I don't have. I'm keeping everything uniform because it's so much easier. I could probably flip it around, but this is where my center is. That's where the center head of the bed goes, and the center will always be to the northwest corner of that. Oh, one too high. All right, so I'm just building my basic platforms. At least two. Because then I can just go in and... Oh, no. Aha. There we go. Okay, now we've got... Took me 2 hours to set one up. So... 4. And that was because I made too many mistakes. All right. So we've got a, so my design requires you to use 4 villages on a flying machine, which helps out with creating the village and not having to worry too much about them losing it unless you move way too fast. And if you move way too fast, doesn't matter which one you're going to use, you're going to break the system. You're going to not be able to stack them anyways. But if you happen to move slightly fast, have enough patience to do it, yeah, then you could stack them no problem. Okay, so let's fill these in. And then this will set us up for, we can move in. No. Let's see here. Got to figure out the location that we want to move them into. Because we've got 2 center locations that we can move them into. We move them into the center first before we move them anywhere else. Because then it allows us to have more control. And it's not a... I should light that up. It's not that the control that we have over them is much. But instead, if we do a center one, we don't have to worry about them running through, and go from inside to the outside. We end up having more of them linking versus anything else. Oh, yeah, that and that's such a simple flying machine too. It's been and well, I right now I am I've decided to I'm still in my testing stage. I am still refining the builds. So, if that tells you anything, streaming while refinement is more of me just trying to get people, show people what I'm trying to do, get their ideas, instead of me just like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what I've got, which is usually what I did. Trying to do a little more community-based type thing so that people understand that I try what I can to figure things out just so that I can figure them out and I share them. That's it. But yeah. And in fact, interesting story. And there is no way for me to prove this. And only reason why I'm saying there's no way for me to prove it is because there's no documentation for it. There's no videos of it. But when I was playing on the PS4, this is and the Village and Pillage just came out. So unlike the way that PlayStation 4 had had more bedrock features that other than the Redstone, which was Java-esque, had decent Java features, but mostly bedrock style features. At that point, I was trying to just before the Village and Pillage update, I was trying to design a stacked iron farm, my own, just because I can. No other reason. And then they changed it. They changed the rules of spawning completely. And I couldn't figure out, and then it was like, okay, so how am I going to do this? They changed the golem, they changed how golems spawn. Well, what I did was I took a simple single-step flying machine and using old door mechanics for the initial stacking of the village mechanics, and started to slowly walk in a couple of villagers with keeping one behind. And little did I know, other than having the villager that I left behind not making it work, I had the stacking mechanics down beforehand. So, like I said, there's no proof of that, but take it with a grain of salt, or a tablespoon of salt if you think a grain's not enough. But it's just a funny little thing that I figured, hey, why not? And what am I doing? I'm stacking villages with flying machines. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we got that set up. Let's run it through here. That'll give me even sides. Okay, so we have the villagers, slime block, normal block, jack-o'-lantern. Okay, so 69. One more lower. There we go. Okay. So now that we got our locations, yeah, I know those are a little far out, but I can make them work. Okay, so now let's figure out how far away we need to go. We are at 41. So 60, so 151. No, 191 is where we should be at. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so now we've got this one needs to go out to the same point. Yeah, definitely gonna have to get Watson in here, see if we can look with village. It's time for me. Oh yeah, it's getting close so that I can because I'm gonna need to take a little bit of a break anyway. So I've got this set up now for the villagers. I can set them up, get them going, but I need to. But I am getting exhausted from the temperature. Yo, I know. Moss, pumpkin, any of the pumpkins. Uh, can't remember if you can use leaves, but it's any block that you don't have to, that you can break with a piston. That's pretty much that's what I'm going with right now. So I'm just using jack-o'-lanterns because doing it in survival, I don't want mobs spawning on there. Jack-o'-lanterns are the best bet. So that's the only reason why. But it is getting pretty late. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours ish. I'm getting hot. I really need to cool off. But man, I'd like to thank you guys for actually for showing up and enjoying what I'm doing. But you guys,